Hey everyone, Reverend Dr. Katie here, and coming to you with a quick live kind of towards the beginning of the week to get you really primed and ready for living your very, very, very best metaphysical spiritual life. We are all about raising the vibration together, raising your personal vibration, doing that as really dedicated Jesus followers, helping you see and then the world see that Christianity and metaphysics actually go hand in hand, that there is no separation between them. One of the topics that comes up a lot, and this is a video in a small series I'm doing on the chakras, is the chakras. The chakras are kind of really touchstones for fear and for kind of entering into that low vibration state because they're an easy thing to grasp that many people will use in a fear-based way. And some of the misconceptions I hear about chakras all the time is that they are portals for letting demons into you, that even talking about them is accessing kind of dimensions of and portals that you don't need to be involved in. Actually, nothing is further from the truth because chakras are the parts of us that God has given us that are portals for radical self-healing. And that's a major game changer because built into our own system, into our own bodies, into our own 3D earthbound incarnated selves that God has so lovingly made, God has given us this system for being able to access our very, very radical self-healing and being able to access our barometers for our own health. This includes our spiritual health, our emotional health, our mental well-being, all these different parts that connect us. And these energy centers within us are beautiful ways to be able to begin and continue that journey of really, really radical self-healing. I want to make it really clear here that I'm not necessarily talking about cures. When cures happen, that's really lovely. What I'm talking about is the healing, and healing is an ongoing process. We can work on our healing of our physical bodies. Our chakras can help us do that. We can work on the healing of our soul and of integration and our emotional well-being. Chakras help us do that. We can work on the healing of our spiritual selves, coming into full dynamic relationship with God, with the holy, and our chakras help us do that. So this is an ongoing process. Your chakra system, getting to really, really know your chakra system, getting to be in a personal relationship almost with each and every one of your chakras is the most effective and quickest way that I know of to be on the journey of continuous self-healing all of the time. Because what's one thing you always have with you? Your body. You always have yourself. You are always at capacity for being able to be in touch with the very deepest part of yourselves. And your chakra system is, again, the quickest way that I know of to be on that journey continuously. And so one of the first things we have to do, of course, is get used to the idea that this is not only okay, but that it's a system that God has given to us in order to be able to propel our own healing. And when we do that, so many things happen. We're learning the life lessons that we're here to learn. We're tenderly meeting ourselves right where we are. We're not putting expectations on ourselves that we should be in any other place than we are. And we're moving the ball forward. We're moving the spiritual soul purpose part of ourselves forward because we're using the natural energy system that God has given us in order to be able to tell the deepest things about ourselves that we're needing to know at that moment in time. And so this is like the way that has been put in us in order for us to be able to constantly evaluate ourselves and get into the place where we're in the highest vibration that we possibly can be all the time. So I've been doing a ton of work lately with my lower chakras, with my root chakra, my sacral chakra, my solar plexus chakra. I'm always on the journey to learn more, to go deeper. It's kind of like an onion layer to peel off another layer and see what else is there. And this has really helped me in the past few months, especially really land in a place where I'm becoming even more rooted. And then I can be on the journey for my own self, for my own soul growth, which is critical. But as I do that, then I'm able to be more available to all of you, to the Metaphysical Christian group, to people out there who absolutely need to know that their metaphysical journey is beloved, that it is sacred. And chakras are one way that we can help people do that. And in fact, it's my favorite way to work with individuals as I'm working with them is to really do an exploration of that chakra system. But it has to begin actually with you, right? It has to begin with your own radical understanding that exploring the chakras is not only okay, that it's a desired place to be in, and that we can do that with the Holy Spirit as our guide. So I want to take just a few minutes. I want to bust two myths about the chakras. They are seemingly they seemingly counter one another, but actually they don't. So the two myths I'm going to bust right now are that it's really easy to clear the chakras, myth one, and then myth two is that it's really hard to clear the chakras. What do I mean by that? That is what I'm going to tell you now. And so let's go ahead and prepare for that. So myth one, that it's easy to clear the chakras. A question I get all the time is, well, if I get this stone, or even if I get your CD, I have a chakra clearing CD. If I get your CD, Katie, does that mean my chakras will be cleared all the time? Those are merely access points for you to begin the journey. So if I had a magic stone, a magic crystal that I could give you, and it would just clear all your chakras, brush away any of the past, make you in full alignment all the time so you're just ready to soar up to the heavens, I'd give it to you. I would have no problem with that. But God put us here to be on a journey. When we're here on this planet, when we're here on Earth, we're on a journey. And so your chakra system is what helps you on that journey. And when you align those chakras, it's inviting us to do the really, really cool deep journey work. And that's what I love to help people do. And so just this idea that we can just sort of like clear them like that and then life is perfect afterwards, it's a really great thought, but it's not quite that easy because this requires us to have some consciousness around it. It requires us to be able to do the inner work that God is calling us to do, to be reflective, to be thoughtful. And so when we do that, when we enter into that thoughtfulness, then it's actually pretty easy to clear the chakras. So that brings me to myth number two, which is that it's really hard to clear the chakras. So sometimes we feel like, oh my gosh, it's so difficult, I can never get it done. That's not actually true. It just requires that thoughtfulness that I mentioned before. It requires your willingness to go on a journey. It requires your willingness to be reflective, to be really conscious. Jesus came to teach us, but then expects us to use the teachings to be thoughtful, to think about it, to use our intuition and our minds and our hearts and, our chakra system too. And so once we enter into that place of thoughtfulness where we can observe ourselves, it's actually not hard to clear the chakras. And so that the myth that it's really, really hard, once we get the pattern down, it's actually pretty easy. Because once you get to know each and every one of your chakras, you enter in that relationship with them, and then you know when something is off kilter. And so, like I said, I've been working with my lower chakras a lot lately. So I knew that something was kind of off with my root chakra. Do I clear the root chakra? Sure. But actually what I'm invited to do is to investigate, why was it blocked to begin with? What was going on there? And that's what I address. That doesn't take long because now I know exactly what that feels like. So I hope that's helpful as we're exploring kind of in this series where we're exploring the chakras. So again, this is one of the things that I love to teach people about. I love to help people get on board with their chakra system. If that is of interest to you, be sure to reach out to me. You can send me a private message. I have a training that we've done not too long ago where we kind of do a chakra alignment, give people a little taste of what that might feel like so you can get started on your own journey. So private message me. I'm happy to send you the replay of that so you can explore it for yourself. Reach out to me, just send me a private message, a DM, and we will talk really soon. Bye, everyone.